Hi, welcome. Welcome to another video. Tis I from the future. So, you'll tell because once the video actually starts with me, my hair, you'll tell by my hair that this is far into the future. I love it kind of far, actually. This is last year. um Stick around to the end of the video. I'm going to do a little discussion on some of the mythology of this game. But here's the gameplay. There's only about 5 minutes of it. And then discussion time. So, see you later.
Oh, it's so loud. My ears! Help! Someone called my phone tonight. Said they hit a deer or something with their car. It ran off into the woods. It could be anywhere by now, but I gotta find it. Why? Yeah, just throw me in here. No, whoa, it's really dark out here. That sure is bright. Okay. We run. Douche, douche, douche. Hello? Hello? Douche, douche, douche. Hello? Hello? Sorry, I'm getting used to the sensitivity. And let's go running through the woods. I'm assuming we go that way. Ah, okay. What? Am I seeing things? What was that? They don't seem to like the light very much. It would be a shame if someone turned off the light. I fear nothing. Wouldn't it be a shame? I don't think they fear the light. I think they just fear me. Good on them. I see you. You think I won't run at you? You don't scare me. Hello? Anybody home? Not much for me to do here, poor thing. Except feed it to the creatures. Another one? Where? Well, I'm already out here. Might as well check it out. Check what out? Oh, another deer. Heard another deer. Where, that way? I'm in! Walking through the woods. I see you! What? There's another one somewhere. What? What, bro? What? Any others? Hello? I feel like... This is interesting. Yikes. Okay. Hello? Have you seen a deer? for a deer. Oh, it's right here. Is he burnt? What? I'm stuck. Oh, it scared me a little bit. Back off! I got a flashlight. I'm not afraid to use it. You are chosen. Well, it's nice to be picked for things, you know. I guess I'm part of the team now. What can I say? Alright. There's a short little game. Viltnemda. Something like that.
Hello. So, you just saw me play the game. Review of it would be, it's free, and that's all you need to know. It's free, it's short, it's sweet. I was very curious as to any like folklore about it. So I actually did a little bit of research on it because I was very curious to know like what it's about. So we start the game, right? And you're called out into the woods, and they're talking that a deer was wounded, and so you're on the hunt for a deer. And generally, from what I found in like a lot of like various, looking at like Wikipedia and all the different research, like it wasn't too crazy, okay? It wasn't a crazy search. Generally, deers they lead you to the underworld, right? Or the other world. So they're generally associated with the paranormal. So when you're following a deer, all right, you find it dead. Deer are generally like a positive force, like in folklore. So that's not a good thing. The deer being dead. And then you hear another deer in the game. So you go to find that one, right? And again, it's this idea of you're following the deer, and again, this is speaking like very, very generally. Generally, when you follow a deer, it's leading you somewhere like otherworldly, or like putting you in contact with otherworldly things. So you follow that other deer, you find it, and it's burned. Which again, I'm gonna assume that's not a good thing. And then we have those creatures come and show themselves, like it gets all red, and usually red isn't a very good color. It's not very it's not a good what's it? It's not a very calming color to use. It usually is evoking a kind of it's usually used to evoke a kind of like panic, like make you a little bit nervous type of color. So then we see those three figures, and they say, "You are chosen." And so I did a bit of reading around, just like, okay, what could this be? You know, like what is this? When you type in Viltnemda into Viltnemda is the title of the game, right? You type that into Google Translate, and Google Translate detects Icelandic, and it says that the English translation of this like Icelandic word is willing students. So going off of that, there's also there's an achievement in the game that I got. It's a Polish cow meme, and so that makes me think that there is like some Polish culture that is also being drawn on for the game. Again, I don't know if this is like completely like what the developers meant or anything. This is just like me looking around, and I'm just sharing what I found. You know, so not sure if this is like completely 100%. It's just a shot in the dark, and just like a little bit of information for you guys as well to know that I would just like to share. So there's the Polish cow meme, and then there's the Icelandic that Google Translate picks up for the word Viltnemda. And so I have two mentions for a possible creature that could be influencing like what these creatures that you see in the game are based off of. And I have, so one of these, of my two that I'm going to give, one of them is an honorable mention that I really don't think that it's this, but I'm just going to give it as a possible influence, and that is the Wendigo. The reason why I don't think it's that, the reason why I don't think that the Wendigo is probably the direct influence for these creatures is because it's Native American, and from what I've seen so far with like the Icelandic and the Polish kind of ties, I'm thinking it's probably more something that's like closer to like a Polish like folktale or whatever, or more like European folktale. So I don't think it's the Wendigo, but I will say that it is an honorable mention because, I mean, in recent media, like examples of the Wendigo, you usually see them as like more humanoid. And I think, don't quote me on this, but I think that Native Americans usually see the Wendigo more as like a monster like type of thing, like, and I don't think that the Wendigo would necessarily talk to a victim. So we see in the game that it says you are chosen. I don't think that a Wendigo would do that because they're kind of, they're like hungry, you know, they're very ravenous like beasts. So I just wouldn't ascribe like the Wendigo like characteristics that I know of to these creatures. So the other that I think probably more likely influence is called, in Polish it's called Liczyzepa, in German it's called Rubizal, and in Czechia it's called Krkonos. In English it translates to turnip numberer, so we can think of it as like a turnip counter. Turnip counter. They are a mountain spirit, and there's some varying beliefs that they could shapeshift, and some believe it would mostly take the form of a man. There are various iterations of him. Like, for example, in one story, if there's a fog, then the saying goes that Liczyzepa is making soup, so he could affect the weather. And most stories show that he very much like acts like an eye for an eye type of creature. So if you are kind to him, he will return kindness with kindness. If you are rude or like a bad person to him or to others, then he will respond to that in kind. And there's some stories that he basically is kind of a positive. There's some positive stories about him where he rewards like mysteriously, or like he'll give you a gift, but you won't know that it's gonna help you until you need it, type of thing. So he like, but at the time, usually you're like, what the heck is this? Like, this isn't what I need. But he knows like what you need, and he is doing you a kindness, like without you realizing it yet. There is one prominent story that I found that I think kind of ties in a bit more to the game and these creatures, and that is that Liczyzepa was lonely, so it kidnapped a woman or a maiden to keep him company. But she was unhappy, so he made turnips turn into like her friends and family. But the issue with this, with the copies, was that at the end of the day they were still like turnips. So they only had a certain lifespan, like they had the lifespan of a vegetable, basically. So they would die out like quickly. So when his creations like died away, he offered to make her some more, but she was like, no, first we need to count the turnips so that we know like how many chances we have of this type of deal. And he was like, okay. So he goes to count the turnips, and as he's like stuck counting the turnips, she escapes. So that's where he gets the name turnip number or turnip counter. So the location of this legend is usually in the Karkonosz Mountains, which is the border of Poland and Czechia. And there's a statue of a creature in its hybrid form in front of the Karkonoski Tajemnis Museum in Karpasz. I hope I'm pronouncing these okay. So, yeah. So this is like the reason why I say this one is more likely the thing is because of the title being Viltnemda, which is willing student. So it makes me think that the creatures that come to you saying you are chosen is like you are going to like receive I don't want to say gift, but you are going to receive something, you know, because this is kind of like the way that the folktale kind of goes with Visizeppa, is that he will like kind of give instruction or like teach you in ways that you couldn't know until you need it type of deal. So that's my main like thinking, that there's like some kind of influence there. I mean, there's like, if we want to talk like way more like broadly, then, and you want to go like the monsters are like coming to you like in a negative sense, and like you are being chosen and it's not a good thing, it's not good for you that you're being chosen, I'm totally cool with that too. It's fine, you know, like it is like a scary game and a scary atmosphere. It could also be that they're gonna teach you like the way of the forest or whatever, or like your chosen sacrifice type of deal. But the thing is that like makes me think that it's not that is because they already have 2 sacrifices in the deer. So it could be that you're chosen like that, or it could be that Nitsuzeppa is a lonely creature, so he wants friends, basically. So you're chosen, like you're his new friend type of deal. Again, I don't think that it is this, but I just kind of fell down the rabbit hole and just kind of wanted to share my findings a little bit. So maybe you like this, maybe you don't. This is just like very broadly talking, you know, and this is just what I could find, because it's kind of hard to like look up other countries' folklore, you know, like very like specifically without actually like being there. Like if I were to go to like a library or something like in Europe, then maybe, but even then I still probably wouldn't be able to read any of the books because they're in their language. So this is just what I could do from like a very stupid American search, you know. But it was very interesting, and I had some fun like looking up the different stuff. And then like the Wikipedia article too that I was looking at was just like, I looked at a few like iterations of like deer depictions like in mythology, and it's usually pretty like, they're usually like good creatures like in mythos. But we do see like with the Native American and now with this, like that they can be like, things with antlers can have like a bad like connotation to them. So it's just interesting. So now you have a Polish folktale. Then I don't know if you guys have seen other. You probably heard of Wendigos before. I mean, they've been in media a couple times. I mean, unless you're not into like looking up, you know, looking up the different like mythology of like different cultures and whatnot. I dabble myself. I'm a dabbler. But all in all, those are my thoughts, and I just wanted to share this information. I'm gonna end here. So thank you for watching. If you like this, be sure to give a like and subscribe if you would like to see more content like this. Depending on the interactions of this video, I may do more discussions. I do have one in the works for a different video, so we'll see. And again, this is mostly just because my curiosity got the better of me, and I spent some time reading some stuff, so I thought I might as well share it with you. So thank you so much. Goodbye.